I'm noticing I have to stop and heal a lot more just because the enemies are doing a lot more damage. And it's taking a lot of time. Not a huge fan of that. So tell me how Eve's been going. They were discussing among the officers about getting you Corp Omega. Did you actually get that yet? Oh, good. Awesome. Did you ever get your Vexor replaced? I know you lost it when we were defending that Citadel drop. I know you've always been real partial to that thing, and it's a good little ship, I'm not gonna lie. I find it's one of those ones that's best at, like, maximum drone control range, since it gets, like, such a huge fucking bonus. What, it's like 15 kilometers? Oh, you used IP? Okay. Man, let me tell you, I think IP is one of the biggest scams NetEase has figured out yet. Because there was a point where I was crunching numbers, and it's like sometimes the IP is just not worth spending on replacing the stuff you've lost, you know? And you don't really think about it, and I think that's the point of it, is they're making a profit, or somehow making a profit off of you spending your IP instead of just going and buying and replacing things like we used to before the insurance change. Because sometimes it's just not worth it, you know, like, and I'll give you an example how they value, like, the value you get in your insurance menu is not market value, it's estimated market value, which is a huge difference, you know, a difference between a mod that's estimated to be 2.5 million and is actually selling at 500,000. You know, you're paying 5 times the cost in IP. Because again, it's just a lot quicker to use the IP than rather than get, say, Kane to go and get it for you. Yeah, there's the fucking knee of power there. I can't believe I dodged that. I really dodged the bullet there. Almost literally. And I think where the real scheme is, like, if we lose a cruiser, if we lose a frigate, it's not a big deal. It's like 15 to 20 IP for a cruiser, I think, and like 3 or 4 for a frigate, you know. But when you start losing big ships like capitals and battleships and blue mods, that's when the IP really begins to stack up, you know. Like, there's a reason why I've never taken that Ashy that Draco gave, not Draco, Dragon gave me. No? Fuck, who gave me that fucking ship? I'm about to raid this guy. I don't even want to bother with this. Fuck you, man. Get down here. There we go. There. Not dealing with his ass. Oh, fuck, flail. When you get into the IP of the thousands, then eventually you're gonna run out of the free shit they've given you, and it's like crack, you know. You get free samples so that you get return business later on, and when you're trying to get a capital refitted again, it's like you're throwing money at the game at that point. Oh, I have no idea. You're gonna have to ask, like Bruce or Legion or somebody who actually runs a capital. I got the Heaven Ring. Oh, okay. See, all these fucking, like, all these rings for these sub-weapons, they don't even fucking work. What a horribly disappointing thing. And I think we're fresh out of places to go now, so I guess we're gonna have to go back up. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do like a report to the core about the dangers of being overly reliant on your IP and spending it when it's not necessary. You know, because I don't think they really understand just how much of a net loss it can be to just cop out and use your insurance. Fucking fucker motherfuckers. Get out of here, all of you. Jesus Christ. I hate this room so much. Stay the fuck away from me, fucking asshole. But I'm assuming capitals are somewhere in the ballpark of thousands to tens of thousands of IP to replace. If it's even feasible. You know? And that's not even talking about where they actually, like, manifest the ships from entirely, you know? Like, it's taken us months to get, Legion's carrier built. And if they can just make one pop out of nowhere, like, what does that actually tell you the value of these ships, what we've been working so hard to build? You know? I'm somewhat confident you can actually use this system to duplicate ships. I'm pretty fucking sure. I'm just not entirely... I don't have the numbers in front of me. But yeah, I've been flying a Myrmidon, and I really like that thing. I've got the rigs and skills and nanocore set up so that my medium armor repper basically runs as fast as a small shield repper at about 4 seconds, I think it is. And that is an insane amount of armor to get repped really fast. Oh, my friend, I'll be completely honest with you. I played EVE Online 2009, 2010, 2011, so what I remember of it, I don't actually remember a whole lot. I don't think there actually was much of an insurance program back then. It was if you lost your ship, you're basically SOL. Insurance, no. Clone quality was actually the thing people put money into, because if you died, like if you got your clone shot and killed in a pod, you would lose skill points. That was the real penalty of that game. So you always had to upgrade your clone to make sure that you didn't lose your fucking skills. Well, I don't know if it does now. That's the problem. I haven't played the game in almost a decade, over a decade. So they could have, like, a lot of my grievances against NetEase may not actually be valid because they may just be taking exactly what EO did and pasting it over, you know, and I can't knock them for that. I wouldn't mind going back and playing. Have to pay ISK insurance, okay. That might not be a bad system, because NetEase, you need Plex, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously, we know what that is. It's a fucking cash grab, right? I wouldn't mind going back and playing EO again, because it really is an entirely different can of worms. Like, I bet you never even thought about CPU before, have you? And it makes sense because it's not in fucking EE. But it was kind of like Power Grid. It was another constraint against your systems, and some ships had more CPU than others. Oh, you get the ISK. Ah, yeah, see, that's much better. You just get the value of the ISK, and then you get to replace it yourself. Shit, need that. So I stopped playing right around the time there was a big graphics overhaul. And this was actually when EVE got those turrets that pop out and, like, track the track the targeted ship that you have locked, right? That didn't used to be a thing. If I remember correctly, I don't actually know if I do or not, but I want to say they just like shot from inside the ship, like basically the same way it works now. If you go and observe a different ship and it's firing, you don't actually see the turrets, you just see the ship fire. So that was a big thing. There was also, you actually got character profiles for the first time. I don't remember what we had before that. I don't think we had anything, to be completely honest with you. I think we were just floating names in space. And then there was supposed to be, you could walk around space stations, like all that shit. Like this was well before, like, what's this? Oh, gem. Like, you know how mobile games have, like, there's just, like, this stupidly cheap asset pack that everyone uses now to make, like, mobile games where you walk around like a Grand Theft Auto kind of game and do shit. Yeah, that didn't really exist back then, and it was expensive to get that kind of thing going. So that was in the works, and then there was also Dust 512. And what Dust 512 was, is if I'm not mistaken, it was a first-person shooter, because planets were the other thing. What is this? What is that? Oh my god, so much shit. Jesus Christ. It was a first-person shooter on the console that was supposed to be tied directly into... Yeah, it was a first-person shooter. It was tied directly into EO, so you had planets, and you were supposed to have control over the planets. Like, this was when planetary, like, PI wasn't even a thing yet, you know? It was a novel concept at the time. And you would have your core, or you would hire like mercenaries or somebody to fight for control of the planet, and then you'd get the resources that they harvest, and you'd use that to build ships and shit. And obviously this never really panned out because we still don't have it to this day. But there was supposed to be like this cross-platform FPS thing. Oh, I guess this is where the water was. Yeah, fuck my ass for not remembering this existed. Yeah, it was interesting. You know what, let me try and pull up a fucking video of it, because I don't even remember. I remember the trailer. But I was just kind of getting out at the time. Yeah, Dust 514.